Greetings. I am Richard Leach. I am a metaphysician, and I am certain you will find this short video fascinating. It will introduce you to a very different and potent metaphysical way to approach human life, health, and healing. But first, let's notice that today, metaphysics has almost become a catch-all buzzword for all New Age thinking. But it is a very old science. In fact, this science was the first study to ever be awarded a doctoral Ph.D. degree for research offering significant new contributions of knowledge to humanity. Metaphysics is a traditional branch of philosophy. It's concerned with explaining the fundamental nature of reality and the unseen elements, or first causes, that have effects on that reality in human life. A metaphysician is one who examines the nature of reality, including the relationship between spirit, experiential life, and matter, particularly those aspects of reality that are unanswerable by scientific observation, analysis, or experiment. Of course, there is no experiment to prove there's a God, so metaphysics is a theological study of everything from spiritual principles to supernatural experiences. I am one who has spent a quarter century examining the effects of unseen forces upon human life. I received my theological doctorate in metaphysics for significant contributions of research into the spiritual meaning of health and how the experiences of life reflect into our state of health with purpose. My research first presented reasons to believe that even though we do not always know or understand the purpose of life experiences, there is indeed purpose to be eventually found under everything that occurs. There is even a way, embedded in ancient scripture, to discover the specific spiritual life purposes and challenges for any individual person, and they themselves find this personal information to be true to their life experience that they've known, regardless of their spiritual orientation or religious beliefs. After many years of use in aiding thousands of people to better their lives, this system has shown to be 100% accurate. This is so accurate that this alone poses substantial evidence to know that all life has underpinning of purpose, of which, well, we're usually unaware. Now, souls are incarnate here to experience a journey through a wide polarity of negative to positive possibilities. This play of life is not purely random process, but has spiritual value, purpose, and meaning. Everything in life is choreographed with purpose in concordance with certain spiritual ideals and laws and values to be confronted and experienced in free will. Through the bioenergy system, the human condition is electromagnetically plugged into our environment, and this is to draw synchronicity of specific people and challenges to us with spiritual experiential purpose. And these are the challenges that cause us the biggest stresses in our life. This leads us to consider that if everything has intertwined purpose, then our health cannot just be the result of some random breakdown of body mechanics. Health must have a purposeful role in our life. This indicates that disease, disorder, and pain must have meaningful reason to be visiting our life. No, not just that we met a fall or a virus, but something had to unlock our immune system first to allow those symptoms to be involved and speak to us. Some of you may be familiar with the scientific developments in cellular biology of the last 60 years, which has come forward as the new science of epigenetics. This research proves that our genetic pattern is not in control of our health. It's a mere blueprint of possibility. But it's our cells responding to our thoughts of life that read the dark or the light side of the genetic plan and then implement our health accordingly, according to our beliefs and thoughts. Our memories are recorded in cellular structure, and epigenetics, or the over-control of health, is actually triggered by how we think and respond to life. Now, this is very appealing to those that hear of it, because it seems so simple that all we really have to do is think well and be positive about our life, and hey, we'll be home free. However, positive thinking like this may be a great method to teach children for preventing disorder as they start out into life. But it's not that simple or easy to do this after you have endured years of tough times and many dark experiences have been written to cellular structure. So these things have already started to come to disorder, or they're already here. Even while those things are embedded in cells and causing illness, epigenetics does put our remedy of our health directly in our own control. If we only knew what the original cause of a particular disorder was, what was it in their life that this disorder was reflecting, hey, we could change our recorded perceptions of that issue, couldn't we? Certainly we could, if we only knew. The memories we hold are distinctly our own and different from all other people. Nobody has lived our life but us. The choreographed presence of individualized spiritual challenges create the custom reason that the same things that may stress me do not necessarily stress other people. Our life experiences reflect specific stresses in our health, which create an imbalance of disorder symptoms as a spiritual communication, telling us exactly what is out there in our own life that is out of balance. Now, if we could just learn enough to read these symptoms, they are telling us what is out there in our life that needs remedial attention right now. I explain this process in logical depth that is substantiated by decades of scientific research in my published book, Using Epigenetics to Create Health. And you can find out more about this book at usingepigenetics.com. But more importantly, if we heed the health communication we receive in symptoms, we are empowered to resolve the issues in our life that cause disorder. And those health issues, well, they will melt away in a process that medicine often refers to as spontaneous remission. This makes life care the new health care. If you are enabled by wisdom of your purpose to be taking the best care of your life experiences in all aspects, from personal relations to work endeavors, you are empowering your best health. When you take purposeful care of your life, you are simply locked away from experiencing illness. That immune system will not open. When life goes well for us, we tend to just think we're lucky. We're lucky to have a good health. However, if you experience illness, it's a life imbalance reflecting into health. And it means you have not been making the most appropriate decisions in taking care of purposeful life. And those symptoms, well, they symbolically tell you what changes must be implemented to regain the total balance. Now, finally, we're on the doorstep of my groundbreaking research into functional knowledge of the meaning of health that has evolved into a new science called biosymbology, or life-symbolic life science. Biosymbology is the most extensive crossover from medical knowledge into symbolic metaphysical meaning that has ever been undertaken. My extensive research into the purpose of human disorder is a growing database of wisdom indicating what our health is communicating to us. It's a rich language, a symbolic language, as rich as any other language like English or French that has multiple meanings in certain words. It has multiple meanings in certain symptoms. Biosymbology defines meaning according to the type of the issue, the location of the symptom, the intensity and the complexity of the symptom. But this also explains where to look in a person's personal stress history to find the real origin, the issues that were causing disorder. While the reason for symptoms will be found in a common similarity among people, the resolve of life issues will be a custom kind of situation for each person, because no two people have experienced the same life experiences. While biosymbology is a teaching resource for you as well as practitioners, it's not always easy to single-handedly figure out and overcome such issues. This is facilitated easier with an objective practitioner. So over the last couple of decades, a practical method to apply this knowledge in healing any disorder grew up with this information. This is the practice of using the wisdom developed into a very different metaphysical approach to life and healing that I call BioEnergy Therapy. It is a holistic life counseling and treatment that successfully overcomes the original reasons for disorder, right at the source, rather than focusing upon health symptoms in the body. Now, there is often a misunderstanding when people jump to the conclusion that bioenergy is merely a universal term for vital life energy that flows through the body. And then they associate this work to all other energy treatment healing models. This is misleading. This generic meaning was unheard of when I registered the website name, with a much broader understanding of the meaning of bioenergy as all life energies. Very few people understand the complexity of the human bioenergy system as an intricate intercom of information passing through the body. Generally, people are only aware of the 7 major energy centers, but there are 7 in every organ and gland. Ultimately, there are over 500 energy centers intelligently transmitting information in a network throughout the biological system. In fact, the name BioEnergy Therapy was coined from the truth that bioenergy is the intelligent, numinous energy of spirit that flows throughout this dimension to empower all life and govern all matter. Far more than being merely the bioenergy that flows through the body, it is every frequency of energy from dense matter all the way up to spirit consciousness and everything in between, which includes electromagnetics, microwaves, conscious thought, TV, audio waves, and the energy of purpose that constructs this very dimension. So, bioenergy therapy is the study and concern for the unseen effects of all life energies that conspire to create a life of purpose and reason for every incarnate soul. This seems to take on an aspect of energy treatment, but bioenergy therapy is more about dealing with the hidden, incongruent relationship between ethereal spiritual purpose and material life experience, because it is this gap that brings the biggest stressors as the unseen spiritual effects of reality on human health. However, it is only when you can grasp the interconnectedness of everything in the common denominator of bioenergy that you can even begin to see how bioenergy therapy could be so potent in transforming life and health into success. Now, if you visualize a scale with illness on one end and success on the other, seeing your reasonably healthy position struggling with challenges somewhere in the middle of that scale, you will profoundly understand how life care is the deciding factor between slipping into symptoms or coming up to life successes. The energy of thought in how we do what we do in life is transmitted through this system. This defines our experience of illness or achievement. We can achieve success in one area, but fail miserably in others to bring down our health in a multitude of different ways. Our position in life may be currently anywhere on the scale, but health is vulnerable to our missteps in life that will bring emotional struggle and eventually illness. We can be lucky with decisions and actions that really keep us moving along toward ease and success in all areas, or we may have to learn to face struggle from a different view, one of a life fraught with existing disease and pain. Life is a choreographed, purposeful process for us to work through and overcome specific challenges, to find the path of ease in every area, all of which results in our level of success in life and in health. Let's consider that people are taught to be preoccupied with material life. So, more spiritual ideals are often left far behind when we are driven by a learned desire to be materially successful, to show our success, to be abundant, to be happy and healthy. This is so common to all of us. But notice the order of importance is most often from the priority of materialist needs down to health. We really don't consider health until we don't have it, and then it becomes a priority over wealth. The most interesting aspect of all this is that the imbalances we feel due to stress in achieving material goals actually reflects into health. So the goal of health really relies on how we do all the other goals in a holistic way. Our health and life experiences reflect into our health, so to become poignant spiritual guidance to what is going wrong in life. Our health can clearly show us where we have grown off course, or we've been derailed. So health is a presentation of inner knowledge. Hey, well, where does that come from? It's inner knowledge from our own soul or spirit that is the power to transform our life in a potent way. If we can understand the meaning of illness spoken to us in symptom, we got it made. Most everyone aspires to a better, more abundant life. Unfortunately, we tend to pursue these priorities with a singular focus on material theories and techniques. We often do life without concern for alignment to our life purpose or any spiritual values. So our lives are often diverted from the soul's journey. The marketing of every self-help course seems to offer those techniques to achieve the material benefits that people are seeking. It is a business ploy of marketing to answer consumer desire. But they really do fall short of the goals because they teach generalities expected to work for all that simply cannot work for all because we're too complex. Life is too complex for one-size-fits-all life guide. Motivational speakers bring wonderful, encouraging information to the masses, seemingly tailored to teach us how to become successful and wealthy. They're attempting to answer the common desire of many people, but in preaching their common methods to a packed house of maybe 3,000 seekers, they're not even aware that in the crowd there are probably almost 3,000 individual ways to be successful in life. The result is that people are uplifted and motivated by the performance, but very few can actually make those methods work for themselves. The human truth is that each and every one of us is complex and different than the other. We're so different that it would take 65,686 years for another person exactly like you to be here in this environment again. The complexity of being human is in part from the soul's choices written as a program or a contract to be implemented as a guided tour of this life. Beyond the 2 physical strands of DNA, there are 10 additional electromagnetic strands of DNA within our bioenergy system. The soul's plan for this life is written into these strands, like our personal operating system of talents and tools. This is the karmic DNA that literally plugs us into the bioenergies of this environment to guide us and draw purposeful people and challenges to us for us to confront and master our life issues. Karmic DNA is another part of my research. It's a part of the first cause that brings perception of purposeful destiny into our lives. This is the fundamental mechanics of being that prompts the notion that God never gives you anything you can't handle. Frankly, this is because if challenges come your way, you can bet that you have hidden talents and tools to overcome them. Our karmic DNA handshakes with the bioenergy field of each person that we meet to trigger mutual circumstances that bring us personal patterns of how we experience life. This can be accurately considered the construct of a purposeful boot camp course, manifesting spiritual ideals in this environment. Karmic DNA is challenging us to repeatedly master this life and become the best expression of soul that we can be here. This is where the hidden knowledge of karmic DNA comes in to help us. With this metaphysical system of knowledge, we can accurately see the custom details to provide each person unique counsel, a heads up on what could be coming. This is the very counsel that is missing from the self-help books and seminars. It's not only what those challenges will be, but what the answers are to those challenges. So bioenergy therapy has a depth of knowledge to teach people truly individual, personal information that guides them towards transformative achievement at all levels. Knowledge is the power to transform any life in the most positive way. Bioenergy therapy is actually the bigger umbrella of how to utilize the knowledge of biosymbology and karmic DNA, with a multitude of metaphysical concepts to bring such transformations. It is access to hidden knowledge, personal knowledge, that is the power for anyone to create the glorious life and health they do deserve. Therefore, bioenergy therapy is first a self-empowerment model, much more than a healing model. This is an individual wisdom that everyone needs, but it's being left up to your personal intuition for you to discover by trial and error. The personal wisdom empowers us to have the stressless life that can bring exemplary health and success. It is also the personal wisdom to reverse the unhealthy effects of life stresses that may have already developed into disease. This really excites me, because after a quarter century of practice, I've seen thousands of lives transformed from illness to success. I've seen hundreds of cases of fibromyalgia, for instance, permanently released. Even neurological disorder inexplicably reversed, all because we were able to discover the original reason for the reflection of symptoms and resolve those issues in the perception of life. You know, life care really is the new health care. With metaphysical knowledge, we are empowered with the understanding of why we get sick, but not only from a remedial reason. This knowledge flourishes with empowerment and motivational aspects of life guidance. The depth of life care was hidden wisdom that leads to life achievement, prompting the prevention of disorder and health maintenance. This is more than a holistic approach to health, it's a holistic approach to life. The practice of bioenergy therapy is really a potent life coaching that presents little-known metaphysical knowledges to help people transform their lives from illness to success in every way. Being enabled to help people this way is personally enlightening and extremely exciting to see such positive results evolving before me. After a quarter century with so many exhilarating results, I have decided to teach a practitioner's course again. So this introductory video is also my grand announcement that practitioner's course is available to you. I am pleased to announce that in giving this practitioner's course, I will be joined by my previous graduate and colleague, Rose Soroyan, who has been very successfully practicing bioenergy therapy for the past 15 years. The bioenergy therapy practitioner course will commence in the new year. It will teach deep wisdom with profound, powerful tools to enable anyone to achieve success and happiness in life with healthy results. It is a strategic step into your own personal development and metaphysical understanding of life. We are looking for those dedicated people like you who really aspire to make a difference in this world. Those who have a passion to inspire people and a compassion to heal others. Now, this is a unique, extensive career course, so rich with information that it all cannot be covered briefly. It will include 40 weekly online sessions and practical work in self-study. The beginning of this journey was a turning point for my life when I began my arduous development into understanding metaphysics 25 years ago. Should you choose to come along on this journey yourself, it won't be as tedious or as long, but it will be a profound turning point for your life. So this is a real opportunity for you to consider. This is a career commitment that will reap career rewards on graduation. It will not only develop personal skills, but provide a unique skill set for you to open your own entrepreneurial practice to counsel and provide life care for the public. On graduation from this course, you will have a turnkey opportunity to open a bioenergy therapy practice, complete with all office forms and marketing support, advertising of business cards, brochures, even a roll-up sign for public presentation, already developed in your own name and address. Graduation into this elite group will include everything needed to begin your business right away, including participation in the bioenergy therapy website as a member of a growing global practitioner network. So give us a call, because this kind of work is dearly needed. For more information on joining this empowering mission, just write training at bioenergytherapy.com. We do look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule to watch this video.